So, what was my PhD research actually about? Well, in the UK, onshore wind and solar farms have typically been granted 25-year planning consents. I wanted to understand why 25-year consents are often used and what we're going to do with our existing onshore wind and solar farms when they reach the end of their 25-year consents. So, first I looked at the policy context in England, Wales and Scotland. I looked at policy regarding site duration and then policy for repowering, so removing the existing infrastructure and replacing with new. In the case of onshore wind, this usually involves a smaller number of larger, more efficient turbines. I then looked at the policy for life extension, so increasing the planning consent on an existing site. In the case of onshore wind, this is often for 5 to 10 years. And I then looked at decommissioning policy, so policy for removing the infrastructure from the site. The next stage of my research involved looking at the government data to look at the age of existing wind and solar farms and what's been happening so far in terms of repowering, life extension and decommissioning. From this data, I then chose 5 case studies to investigate in more detail. This involved 4 wind farms and 1 solar farm. In each of these locations, I wanted to understand the perspectives of all of those involved in repowering and life extension. So the local community, the wind farm developer, the planning agent, the local authority planner, opposition groups, and any other relevant groups. The final stage of my research then involved 2 surveys to get a more detailed understanding of those living closest to 2 wind farms. So the survey was delivered to communities living within 3.5 kilometres of 2 of the wind farm sites to understand their perspectives of repowering or life extension. So that was a super quick overview of my research topic, and I'm looking forward to sharing my findings with you. In the meantime, please follow me on Twitter or email me with any questions.